G'day guys, Ian here, and today we're doing a top 5 list on all the mistakes that bearded dragon owners are making before they even buy their first bearded dragon. Now guys, if you are new to this channel and you haven't already done so, please subscribe to the channel and turn on those post notifications, and welcome to Cookie's Critters. So guys, kicking off our list with number 5 is find yourself a reputable breeder. Now what we mean by that is make sure that they are licensed, established and knowledgeable. The licensing part is simple. Just ask them the question, do they have a reptile license? Are they willing to provide that license on the exchange or just prior to? The established part does mean that you do need to do a bit of research. Let your fingers do the walking there. Jump on Google, see if they have a business website. Jump on Facebook, see if they have a Facebook business page. Both these search engines do give you the opportunity to see previous customer recommendations, reviews, feedback, all these kind of things. If they don't have these feedbacks and the referrals and the recommendations, go to a Facebook reptile community page and ask, has anyone dealt with this breeder? Unfortunately, we do know a few breeders that you wouldn't even buy a pet rock from. So guys, ask for a referral from someone. Have they dealt with this person in the past? And the aspect of is the breeder knowledgeable also rolls into number 4 on our list, and that is do your research. Jump on Google, read as many books, as many forums, as many blogs as you can. Join as many Facebook reptile community pages and ask as many questions to all the breeders and keepers out there. Jump on YouTube, watch as many videos like this one to find out as much information as you can. And finally, do it old school. Read some books, get as much knowledge as you can, and once you have, go back to your breeder and just milk every little bit of knowledge that you can out of it. The old analogy, don't leave a stone unturned, or squeezing blood out of a stone. You want to do that with your breeder. I love it when people ask me 1,000 questions, because it means that they want to do things right, that the animal's care is first and foremost their priority. So guys, that covers off on the reptile breeder's knowledge, and it also covers off on your responsibility to do your research. Now, the next responsibility, which is solely on you, is get your license sorted out. And I am talking about a reptile license, not a car license. You do need to have a reptile license in accordance with the relevant state and territory authorities. And obviously guys, different states, different territories have different rules, regulations, codes of conduct. So guys, do your research, get the relevant licensing, and make sure that you do provide it to your breeder prior to or on the date of exchange. Don't come to us as breeders and say you haven't had time to get a license. Don't come to us and say that you don't have the money to get a reptile license. Guys, it's 55, 60 bucks for a couple of years. If you can't afford that, it starts making me a little bit concerned that maybe you aren't gonna have enough money to feed a bearded dragon, or in case the beardie gets sick, you're not gonna have the money to take it for veterinary treatment. Guys, get your license sorted out as soon as possible. Okay guys, so number 2 on our list is make sure that you do have your feeder insects established and that you do have them purchased at home waiting when you bring your bearded dragon home. I always recommend a week before, source a good regular supplier. Now, we obviously go wholesale because of the volume of the insects that we do buy. Obviously we've got a lot of hungry mouths. So guys, do not run the risk of picking up your bearded dragon and on that day, on your way home, stopping into a pet store and picking up a tub of woodies or crickets, because the risk is they may not have stock. This time of year, at the peak of breeding season, finding small insects is very difficult. I know, I myself as a breeder, I go through probably about 4,000 to 6,000 small insects a week. I clean them out pretty quick. Not only that, is if you're going and you're paying pet store prices, this is going to burn a hole in your pocket. You will go through a tub a day. Guys, buy in bulk, buy wholesale. It'll make keeping a bearded dragon more affordable and more sustainable. Breed your own stock if you can. If you buy volume, if you buy wholesale, 500, 1,000, 2,000 wood roaches, for one bearded dragon, you're never going to go through that. Yes, some of the adults will die, but they will reproduce so many thousands of babies that you'll never run out. So guys, get your stock, start breeding your own wood roaches, your own crickets, or your own superworms. Start that now before you go and buy your bearded dragon. So guys, number one on our list is make sure that you set up your reptile enclosure a week or two before you bring your bearded dragon home. Guys, I see it a lot. People will bring a bearded dragon home, they'll put it into a cold enclosure, they'll turn the lights on that day, they'll try setting up the thermostat, maybe the thermostat's not working, maybe a heat light or a UV globe was defective from the store, or maybe it's old and blown, or it's been damaged in transport. Whatever guys, set up your enclosure first, make sure everything is working. And what I mean is, turn your lights on, turn your heat, turn your UV on, turn your thermostat on. Set up all your timers, set up all your programs. Make sure that the heat gradient is appropriate for a bearded dragon. Make sure your basking temperature is 42 to 45 degrees Celsius. Make sure you have a nice hot side and a clear cold side. You want to have this thing set up and all these little tweaks sorted out before you bring a bearded dragon home. Grab yourself an infrared temperature gun, measure the basking spot, have an ambient air temperature thermometer, so that way you can test the sides and know what temperature your hot side is and what temperature your cool side is. Make sure that your substrate is in the enclosure and it's dry. Make sure that the humidity is appropriate for a bearded dragon. Make sure that all your decorations or your basking spots, your logs, your rocks, your climbing apparatus, everything is secure and there's no risk of a fall or your bearded dragon being crushed. Do this, and the acclimation, that settling in period that a breeder is going to tell you about, because any bearded dragon that leaves a breeder and goes to a new home is going to take about 2 weeks for them to settle into their new environment. So do this process now, iron out any of these little creases, send a photo to your breeder, ask them, is there anything they can do to improve their setup? Guys, the better your setup is before you bring your bearded dragon home, the quicker the settling in period will be. Okay guys, so that's our top 5 list done. I hope you enjoyed the content. If you did, please do hit that like button. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe and turn on those post notifications. And as always guys, if you got them, keep your beard treated and your beardy heated.